All right. This morning we're going to have an interview with Rob Hawk from the Cooperative Extension Service. And we'll start out with you telling us some things about yourself and what you do at Cooperative Extension, and then we'll get into some more detail about the actual function of the agency.
Okay. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you having Extension for one of your interviews, and so we can share some information. So I'm Robert Hawk, the County Extension Director in Jackson, Swain County, and I've been the director since 2010, November 2010, so I'm going on 15 years. And so what that entails is the management, administration of the both extension offices, which we have animal agriculture, plant horticulture, plant agriculture. We also have the 4-H youth development, and then a family and consumer science. And some would refer to that as the old home demonstration, home economics. So we do a lot of work in healthy lifestyle, to youth development, to working with the specialty crops across the counties. So my role is, of course, administration, but also do community development work, outreach, marketing, and then handle a lot of the natural resource questions, which include wildlife and forestry, ponds. In fact, this afternoon I'll be on a forestry visit in Whittier up Conley's Creek. So every day is different.
Sounds like you have a busy schedule.
It is, but it's fun and it's a good place to work.
I should talk to you about ponds. I'd like to have a little pond at my place.
Okay. Mountain ponds are interesting.
So tell me, like, basically what the mission of Cooperative Extension is.
Yeah, so it's been the same since the organization was founded nationally in 1914 under the Smith-Lever Act, which is the outreach of the land-grant university. We have two in this state. We have NC State University, and then we have the 1890, which is North Carolina A&T State University, which came around. It's the same mission, was to provide and disseminate research-based information. Originally, it was agriculture with farmers across the country. Every state has extension and land grants. And our job is to basically take that research-based information and then disseminate that out to the producers in the counties, but also with all the family members, including the husbands, the wives, the daughters, the sons, the grandparents. So we always say we work from cradle to grave. So we're adult learning, but also youth experiences. So if you go back far enough to Abraham Lincoln, so his mission was in the 1863 or 4, I'm not sure which year, but it was during the Civil War that he was really starting to become concerned with the growing population moving west, but as well as growing all over the country, was how to feed a growing nation. So he developed the land-grant universities in order to do the research in agriculture, but also mechanical engineering. So that's where these land grants come from. So you can take our organization all the way back to the Civil War. And then in 1914, the Smith-Lever Act came along, and that was federal funded. And now we're still USDA funded through that same program.
Mm-hmm. So I noticed that you're listed as a county agency, and you're also connected with NC State.
Correct. Right.
And so both of those groups contribute to the funding of extension here in Jackson County?
That's correct, Ron. So years ago, and it changed in the 90s, and I'm not sure when in the 90s, people referred to us as Agriculture Extension because that was our original name. And some people still refer to us Agriculture Extension.
I do.
Yeah, I do too. So, but then they changed it to Cooperative, and that was really more internal. And what that meant is funding and support came from three different sources. From the federal government, which we get about 18% the USDA funds. And then it's called NIFA, the National Institute of Food and Agriculture. Then we also get funds from the state, which goes through the university system, NC State University, which is part of the UNC system. And then the other portion comes, about 50% comes from the county. So for example, my salary and our staff salary, 50% is coming from Jackson or Swain County, and the other 50% is coming through the state, and about 18% of that through the state is through the federal government. So the county pays half our salary. They also supply office space, workroom equipment, copiers, printers, phone systems, the whole office part, heating, cooling, utilities. So the county really does a tremendous job. So that's where the cooperative name comes in now.
And where's your office located?
So we're on Skyland Drive. If we're over by, we always say the DMV office. That's always busy now. People lined up down the hall, and also the tag office is in there. So that used to be old Southern Lumber before Lowe's came in. So we're in that building, and then in Swain County, if you care to know, is at the old Almond School where the Southwestern Community College campus is, off the 4-lane. So it's about 25 miles west of Sylvan. So and we were in the health department on the second floor for years, but we moved in 6 years ago this spring into our new place. It's wonderful, a wonderful building. County did a great job on that, and it's a good group. Soil and Water's also there in that building.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful place that you have.
It's well done.
And you have like a meeting room there, and there's a kitchen, and that's where you do workshops and?
Yeah, exactly, Ron. We have a capacity of about 45, 50 people in our conference room, which is attached to a teaching kitchen that we do nutrition and cooking programs. And then we have a small library that groups can use. And the public is welcome to use these, and they do from time to time. And then we have a small conference room, several storage units, and then our offices are there. So.
What other personnel do you have?
Yeah, Auburn, we have, of course, a 4-H agent, Rebecca Davis. She works Jackson County. We hired her in January. So she's doing 4-H and youth development. We also have the Kendra Fortner. She's our livestock animal agriculture agent. She works a lot with the livestock clubs, lambs and sheep, and small ruminants, as well as beef cattle.
So that's part of 4-H?
They do work together. Yeah, that is part of 4-H and the youth livestock club. Then we have Minda Daughtry. She is our what we call commercial and consumer horticulture, and she works both counties as well as myself and Kendra. She works with the Christmas tree producers as well as the specialty crops, tomatoes, strawberries, also backyard gardens. She does a lot with backyard gardens because there is a lot of people that still, rely on those backyard gardens for a lot of their food. So, and then as brambles, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and fruit trees. She does a lot of that. And she also does pesticide training for the landscape contractors. And then we have the family consumer science agent, Shannon Royce, and she works in Jackson and Swain. She's cross-county. She's our only North Carolina A&T agent, so she's supported by North Carolina A&T. And then she does a lot of healthy lifestyle. She's working with the Aging Center. She's doing a lot of training. This is her first year. She's been on November 24. So that position was vacant for 2 years, and we finally got it back. So doing a lot of work there. And then Frida Childers, she's our administrative assistant, and she does a lot of work with supporting all the staff, and including myself. So. She helps with a lot of the livestock too. So she grew up on a livestock and Christmas tree farm, so she's pretty good to have.
Well,
She's really good to have.
Yeah,
actually.
a dual role there.
Yep. Right.
So is it mostly that people contact you with specific questions for one of these people or do you have classes that people can come to, or mostly I guess I think about the family and consumer part of it is that there would be classes that people could go to.
Yeah, Ron, it's both. We have formal programs that are marketed out sometimes months, if not a year. And those could include pesticide trainings. Minda has a garden life series, which is a master gardener type program that she manages. And then those people help volunteer in the community. And then 4-H clubs are formal, a strong shooting sports club, livestock club, like I mentioned, between the 4-H agent and the livestock agent. Then we get a lot of calls that just come in randomly, some walk-ins, and those are what we call technical assistance. And for example, last week we had a call about a pear tree, almost a 92-year-old pear tree, and it was up the road. So they asked us to come out and look at it, and so we did, and determined the problem and what you could do as far as remedy that problem. So we also work with a lot of associations. Minda Daughtry, our horticulture agent, she works closely with the Jackson County Christmas Tree Association. She works with them closely because of plant disease, especially Phytophthora root rot, but also marketing. Kendra works closely with the Jackson Swain Cattlemen's Association, and then through the year, when those meet, either here in Jackson or Macon, we do some formal programs like BQA, Beef Quality Assurance, which is good herd health management, pasture management. And then our existing 4-H clubs, shooting sports, they meet routinely through probably half the year, and they practice. In fact, 3 youth went to nationals and placed in the top 7, and their first year was last year with the club. So, and then the livestock club, they're preparing now for the show season with the fairs, Haywood Fair, Swain County Fair, Macon County Fair, and then some open entries. So a little bit of everything. We're working with associations, work through them, the beekeepers, formal programs at our office, and then we do a lot of field visits. If we don't do field visits, we'll do correspondence with virtually, whether it's Zoom, email, text, phone call. So we're there to help any way we can, in person or electronically.
Now, I know I've sent in some pictures of things from my garden from help. What's going on here?
Right. Yeah, that was back when Christy breeding camp was here, and yeah, sometimes we can do it. A lot of times we have to go in the field, which we still go in the field. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the strength of extension, is always to be, try to be face to face. Of course, we can't get out to all the people, and then if we see something troubleshooting with a plant disease, and it's happening more and more, then we'll be prepared to have a program down the road, or we'll do something in the newspaper or on the radio. Mm-hmm.
So how do people find out about the programs that you have? Do you have a website? Do they call in? Is it in the paper?
Both, yeah.
All of the above.
So we, like y'all know, we communicate 6 ways to Christmas. Newspaper articles. You can go to Jackson Extension webpage. Just Google Jackson Extension, North Carolina. It'll come up, or Swain County. And we have a list of programs, newspaper articles, different things going on. You can get that on the website. We also try to promote it once a week. So every agent has a weekly newspaper article. So we're in the paper about every week of the month. And then we also follow up with the radio.
Is that the Silva Herald? Or
Silva Herald, and also Smoky Mountain Times in Swain County.
Okay.
At one point we did the Cashier's Chronicle, but I don't think weren't doing that much anymore. So, and then another way is, people kind of know where we are, so they'll reach out and call us or drop by. But the best way is definitely to go. We also have Facebooks, pages there that you can go to in Jackson Swain as well. Then we put out each agent puts out a quarterly newsletter, and we do mail outs, but we also have those in different places at the office or different places around the county. So a lot of flyers go up at post offices, grocery stores. So we're trying to do everything, social media, old school communication, newspaper, radio. So, because that's how people communicate here. We have aging population, we have young population, so we try to do what we can to connect with them.
Sounds good. I should get on Facebook. I have resisted that for a long time, but I know there's a lot of information there.
I don't do it personally, but we do use it at work.
Well, one specific thing I wanted to ask you about, unless there's more that you want to tell us about any of your specific programs.
Well, we're proud of the programs, and the thing is, we're fully staffed. We weren't for a good while. COVID, like everybody else, it kind of took the wind out of our sails, but we're back, and we're really out in the community doing things. The best thing is just get a hold of us and learn about our programs and come attend them. And we've got a lot of good information. So I'm not sure what else I could say, but come by and visit us. We'd love to talk with you. And we got people always coming through looking, especially gardeners with soil test. We do that. We're famous and known for that. So that's kind of where we start with things, especially with the garden folks.
So I pay kind of a lot of attention to what's going on as far as the Washington, with all the cutbacks in personnel and funding. And one of the things that I've come across is that the SNAP benefits are supposed to be cut. I'm 25% or something like that. And SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Aid Program. I forgot what SNAP is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're not as associated with that as we used to be. We also had FNEP programming.
So my question is there some way, supposing somebody got their SNAP benefits reduced or cut, that extension could help them to supplement what for their nutrition needs?
Yeah, and we're talking about this especially with the Family Consumer Science program we have. So as of right now, businesses as usual. We've not been affected by the bill that passed, because we will not know about our federal funds until October. But as of right now, we don't anticipate any negative fallout on our federal funding. SNAP does fund some of the Family Consumer Science work, but we're not hearing if that's going to be affected extension. How we can help as an educational institution is, food labeling, how to get the best, how to feed a family of 4 off $20, $30, or even $10. Also, give them information. We talked about this, food pantries. If they go to a food pantry, here's what you can buy to make a complete meal for your family. Or not just buy, but to receive from these food pantries. So it's educational. And then we saw some of this in the recession of 2008. We saw a resurgence in 2008 to extension, people going back to growing their own food and gardening if they were able to. And some people are not able to. So we talked about raised bed gardening. So we're always trying to help people educate them on how to be more self-sufficient or economize your financial situation. We have a program through our Family Consumer Science called Financial Literacy, and that's simply budgeting, mostly with food and creating a healthy lifestyle from that food and nutrition. So that's how we can help, and we've always been there to work with them. So.
Mm-hmm. So do you think you'll have more programs like that if these cuts actually do, make people more vulnerable?
Yeah, we talked about this as a staff, and we're going, Shannon Royce is going in and talking with the church groups and also with the food pantries of what information we can provide to them and helping people navigate that. So we do probably anticipate some uptick in the clientele there. So that is something we're getting ready for come fall. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, we're aware of it. The only thing that we've heard with our funding is nothing from the federal, and we won't know anything until October. And I checked with my supervisor today, and he says it's going to be October before we hear anything on the federal end. The only thing we've heard that would possibly hurt us a little bit is about a 20% from state funding, which would reduce our travel.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have we have state motor fleet vans, which helps cut down our travel tremendously instead of driving our personal vehicles, which is reimbursed for the federal rate. So we're okay there. We can get out in the county and do
Good.
our work. So I think we're fine with that. So yeah, everything is business as normal. I mean, we're going on and getting out our programs out in the community or where the people are, or invite them in to our offices.
Oh, another thing that I noticed on the newsletter that I saw on the web was that there's a booth at the farmers market where like excess food is available for people to pick up. Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit. So it's a program through North Carolina A&T University, our Family Consumer Science program. So Shannon Royce, our FCS agent, Family Consumer Science agent, it's a donation station. If you have extra food left over, you can donate that into this box, and then she'll get it to the places it needs to go, which has been quite successful. So she's showing up at the farmers markets every other Saturday here in Silva.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and do people who have home gardens bring it to that booth to donate it?
they do.
And then can people who need that food come there too and take it home with them?
Ron, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I haven't been there yet, but I've watched her pictures. I've talked to her about it. I assume they can, but I'm not exactly sure. But I know we're trying to create a healthy nutrition instead of just boxed or canned or that type of food that we all know that's heavily in these food pantries and things. So I assume they can, but I know they are going to some of the pantries as well. So yeah. Okay. And different locations. So yeah. More information on that, reach out. You can reach out to me at 586-4009, and I'll get you the information you need to know.
Okay. I think that pretty much covers what I had thought of to talk about.
Yeah, and we've been thinking about the same things y'all been thinking about. So things are as business as usual. Like I said, we don't hear anything negative yet, except with state travel, possibly at 20%. But, we'll know more in the fall, October, they say.
Okay. So people can find out from your webpage, and there's a Facebook page that you can go to, and you just search for Cooperative Extension, Jackson County?
Yeah, just Google Jackson County Extension. We just go by Extension now, Jackson Extension, North Carolina. And it'll come up. Start with the web page, and then you can go from that to you can link onto a Facebook page too.
Okay.
Or come by and see us. We love having visitors.
And tell us your phone number again.
Yeah, phone number is 586 4009.
I used to have that memorized, but it's been a while since I.
We appreciate y'all having us, and so we can get the information out. We're here to help people, and we have been, 111 years now. So we've been around. In fact, the first agents in the county were here in this, the library, which was the former courthouse. We were here. We were housed here, and we've got pictures at the office. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Ron.
You shared a
and thank
lot
you
of
all.
valuable information
Yeah.
with us.
You're welcome.